I'm John Kovach. I've been a newsman, a sports announcer, and a football coach, but the one constant, since I was old enough to stand next to a stream with my dad, has been fishing. I've waded rapids, stood on slick rocks, hacked through ice, and been tossed about the deck of a boat. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do, and join me on this journey. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. It's Thursday, July 6th, and we are watching Bunker get absolutely hammered by something right off the docks. We are in Old Saybrook. We're at the Oakleaf Marina, where we're going to meet with Doug Thurston and Joe Villano. We're going to talk about Big Doug's Memorial Saltwater Shootout. That's coming up July 15th and 16th, and we can only hope that we have action like we're watching right now, really just yards from shore, just feet from a dock. Just great action. Let's catch up with Doug and Joe and talk about Big Doug's Memorial Saltwater Shootout. We are with Doug Thurston and Joe Villano. Doug in the middle of planning the second annual Big Doug's Memorial Saltwater Shootout on the Long Island Sound. It'll be based right here at Oakleaf Marina in Old Saybrook. Doug, tell us a little bit about what we can expect the weekend of July 15th and 16th.
A lot of madness. We going off the first year, we've got it's actually going on overdrive this year. It's kind of on autopilot. We got everything rolling. Registrations are open. We're adding a few new things this year, like the Barbie Rod Challenge. It's a $20 extra buy-in, but it's all video, and it's the biggest fish caught on a Barbie rod takes the whole pot.
I actually saw Barbie rods in a store yesterday and was thinking and pointed out actually to my father, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing an interview with a guy. They're doing a saltwater shootout with them. So it's a unique concept. Did you do some of that last year?
Nope. We had a couple Calcuttas for fluke and sea bass and biggest trash fish. But the Barbie rod thing's new for this year.
Now, how can one register?
www.bigdugsfishing.com in here at Oakleaf Marina, or A&W Marina in New London, or Valenti Chevrolet in Wallingford. We can take in-person registrations.
And tell us about Big Doug. This is in memory of your father.
My father passed away in December of 2015, and shortly afterwards we found that he was secretly helping out a charity here in Old Saybrook, Essex area, and it was the Shoreline Soup Kitchens and Pantries. And we decided to take what he loved, fishing, and this charity that he was helping out secretly, and see what we could do. And we were taken aback last year as to the support we got. We ended up with about 103 anglers in our first year. So it was actually amazing.
And Joe, how has planning gone this year? I know you were involved last year as well.
Yeah, compared to last year, it was a little chaotic. But this year, like you said, it's on autopilot. It's gone very smoothly. We got a couple more committee members. So everything has gone pretty efficient, and I think we're in for a great event that's on the 15th.
Now, open to boats and shore anglers?
Yep. The way we did it last year was every man for himself, boat, shore, and kayak. This year, I've got so many kayaks entering that I'm pondering doing something like a separate kayak division, because they're a whole different ball game. We've got a lot of support from Black Hall Outfitters. Gene over there registered the whole team. Derek, actually, Three Bells. Derek from Three Bells is registered. Those guys are supposed to they have their tournament that weekend, and they're going to be registering for ours as well. We actually have a couple other guys that are doing both tournaments. Connecticut Surfcasters, they have a few guys registered too.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's all really all over the place. So if you can catch a fish in the Long Island Sound the weekend of July 15th and 16th, and you're registered, you've got a chance to support Big Doug's Memorial.
Last year we did, it's cash prizes for the top 3 stripers, top 3 blues, and then we have a junior angler category too. Junior anglers being sponsored by A&W Marina. They're got all sorts of prizes for them. It's 16 and under?
16 and under.
Yeah. But I think one of the shore guys might take it. I don't know if you saw that, ICC last year. They took it from shore, and most of the shore guys I know right now will be putting the boat guys to shame.
Yeah, it seems that they are running in close. You've done a little bit of surf casting. How's it been out there?
We were up in Rhode Island last week. I was in Block Island yesterday. I'm not doing anything, but I'm seeing a lot.
How about you, Joe? Are you boat guy or a surf guy?
Yeah, I'm a boat guy. I don't do too much surf casting, but I love it out there on the ocean. So.
Joe, no pressure, but I'm rolling, so you got to hook up. Schoolie?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the Sound you can fish?
Yes. Anywhere from Block Island on over. Actually, any water's possible. As long as you can get back here, get your entry submitted via email or text. As long as you can get back here for the barbecue and awards, you're good to go.
And what are the times? What times fishing start on Saturday the 15th?
We have our captain's meeting Friday the 14th from 7 to 9, and at midnight that night, lines in the water. And then you have to be lines out of the water by 1 p.m. on Sunday. And we will have the barbecue starting around 2.
2.
Yeah.
And a barbecue right here at Oakleaf on...
Right in that building over there.
And is that on Ferry...
218 Ferry Road. Old Saybrook, just north of the Baldwin Bridge and boat launch.
Did Big Doug do any tournaments?
Yes. He was a big tournament guy back in the day. He was a regular at the Niantic Shark Tournament, which they brought back this year. He did all sorts of offshore tournaments. I never remember him doing any striper ones, though.
And I'm watching something splash out in the middle of the Sound as we do this interview. There's a lot going on out just beyond our cameras right now. Doug, how much did you raise for that pantry last year?
We were completely surprised. With the donation we provided last year, it was 3,500 families were fed. Patty Dowling completely blew us away when she did her speech at the end of it. We were like, we couldn't believe we did that much. This year we're trying to double it. We have to double it.
So trying to double 3,500. Great weekend of fishing. All right here at Oakleaf Marina. Doug Thurston, Joe Villano, thanks for talking about Big Doug's Memorial Saltwater Shootout, the second annual, and it's coming up to 15th and 16th. Guys, have a great tournament.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman presented by the Dock Shop right after this. School's out, the weather is hot, and the fish are biting. Whether you're heading to the beach or out on a boat, stop in at the Dock Shop before you go to fill your beach bag or tackle box with everything you'll need for fun in the sun. A new beach cover-up, some sunscreen, or just some bait, the Dock Shop has you covered from either location. 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. And yes, you heard that right. Bait is now available in Darien and Westport. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. DockShop.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now at the Summer Clearance event. Going on now through July 31st.
Celebrate summer with fresh, made-to-order picnic boxes from Walter Stewart's Market. We have delicious summery selections from buttermilk fried chicken to grilled lemon chicken kebab, grilled shrimp Caesar salad wraps, or lobster salad rolls. Our easy-to-carry picnic boxes come with your choice of a meal, as well as a dessert, beverage, and utensils. Order online for simple pickup options. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and online at stewartsmarket.com.
You don't have to go far for authentic Neapolitan cuisine and renowned wood-fire pizza. Pizzeria Loretano of Bethel is a contemporary Italian bistro, specializing in authentic wood-fired brick oven pizza Napolitana. Pizzeria Loretano was named one of America's top 1,000 Italian restaurants in 2008 by Zagat, and recommended by Jane and Michael Stern on National Public Radio's Splendid Table. Located close to the Bethel Cinema, we focus on quality, and our food is always made to order. Join us for live jazz Sundays from 6 to 8. Find our schedule, menu, and more at pizzerialoretano.com, and like us on Facebook.
If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Base Star and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop. This Thursday, June 6th, we are aboard the Middlebank 2 in Captain's Cove in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We are talking with the captain, Stephanie Griffith, who runs the boat and will be leading the second, I believe it is,
Yes.
all-women's charter set up through the Fancy Fluke Fishing Company, and that's coming up on July 19th. Stephanie, welcome to Yankee Fisherman.
Thank you.
How did you end up a boat captain?
I think that's one of those questions that I ask myself a couple times here, but I've grown up fishing, freshwater fishing with my dad. It's just who I am. It's what I do. I was introduced to saltwater fishing as a teenager, and it was one of those things where I went out on a headboat. It was actually the original Middlebank, and I caught my first bluefish, and that was it for me. There was nothing else. So I kind of just inserted myself into the position of deckhand. I just kept showing up every day, and they couldn't tell me to leave. They couldn't tell me to not come. I just kept coming out, and I've been here ever since.
So how long is that?
14 something. I mean, since I was 17, really. So.
And you've been the captain of the Middlebank 2 for?
2 years now. So, but I've been the deckhand, like I said, for the last 14 years. I have 3 small children. I worked pregnant with them. I set up playpens out here. They were with me. We're a family boat. My husband is the captain. And I've just always been out here. So I wanted to get my captain's license, years and years and years ago, but with the kids came first, and they're older now, so I was able to take the time and go get it done.
And let's not leave your husband's name out. His name?
Captain Timothy Griffith.
And the kids?
I have Tim Jr., Michael, and Brian.
What was it about that first bluefish that you decided this was where I want to be?
I mean, there's just nothing better than the tug on the end of that line. It hit and it took off. And like I said, I grew up freshwater fishing, so, big fish for me is like a big largemouth, and it's a good fight and it's a good run and you get it in. But, I won the pool that day. It was the big bluefish, and I was sold. I was in love with the whole thing, that there was this boat where, people from all over, came out. And it was just amazing. Growing up inland, I never knew that something like this existed. And I think a lot of people inland still don't realize that, even though they don't have a boat or have friends with a boat, they can still have access to, your local waters. You can still get out there.
And like you said, it's a family-friendly thing. You have a women's-only charter coming up.
Yes.
And it's really not as expensive as, say, chartering a private boat to go out there.
Yeah, there's a there's a difference. We're passenger carrying. We deal with large crowds, so it's definitely less expensive than the 6-pack alternative. It's per person. Like I said, my kids are out here. This is a family. It's my husband, my kids. They're my little mini crew. They're helping customers unhook sea robins and showing them how to bait their hooks. So, we really do focus on family-friendly events and affordable family-friendly entertainment, which is hard to find sometimes.
Now, this is the second women's-only charter through Fancy Fluke. How did that first one go?
It went great. Of course, I planned it during graduation week. So, there was a lot of people that wanted to come out that, had previous engagements, but it was fun. We had a couple little girls out here, moms, groups of girlfriends came out, and there was just such a camaraderie, and it was all fun. It wasn't, the competition, there was none. It was just everybody was out having a good time, we managed to catch a lot of fish, which is always a plus. But I have a feeling even if the fishing was slow that night, it still just would have been, just the energy was great.
Are you finding women are attended that who wanted to try fishing but might have stayed away from it thinking incorrectly, I hope, that it's a man's world, that they're going to be intimidated, that
I think
there's
that
something...
there's a lot of misconceptions about party boat fishing. And, we're here to try and break those, kids, it's all about the next generation. It's about getting the kids out here, getting them out of the house and off of, the tablets and the video games and, doing something where, everybody can enjoy themselves together as a family. And then, you catch a fish and we fillet it and you go home and it continues and, then maybe you're cooking together your meal that you just caught. So it's really about, just getting everybody out and together.
Come on over. Very nice. What are you targeting when you take the middle bank out?
Currently, we're targeting fluke. This is that odd time of year where seasons start to change and we're doing a little more mixed bag. So we're picking up some nice black sea bass. We're getting porgies. The stripers are out there. They're starting to show up. So it's bottom fishing, mixed bag. Of course the sea robins are out there, but we're bending hooks always. We're bending hooks, we're catching fish, and we're having fun, which is what it's about.
If someone wants to take part in the all-women's charter, that's on Wednesday, July 19th, sales at 5 o'clock out of here at Captain's Cove, how do they do that?
It's running as an open boat, but what they can do is they can give me a call, 203-434-6013. They can go to my website, middlebank.com. They can send me an email right through there, or they can visit our Facebook page, which is Middlebank Sport Fishing, and they can reach out to me through that as well.
And that'll be primarily a fluke trip or whatever comes in?
It's going to be a bit of a mixed bag type thing. The porgy bite's been hot in the evening, so it might we might be leaning a little bit towards that, because again, the goal is always to catch fish. So
it's called fishing. It's not fluke.
It's fishing. So we gotta, whatever we're gonna have the best chance at.
What if someone feels they need to bring their own gear?
More than welcome to bring your own gear. You can, it's $55 for the ladies trip. It's all inclusive, rod rental, bait, tackle. If you lose anything on the boat, don't worry about it. We just get you all set up again. So it's
you
the same.
have rods, you have bait.
We have everything. So really all you have to do is bring yourself, and we've got everything else taken care of.
So somebody who's never done it but just thinks they might want to try it, they could come out here and you could literally take them from having never stepped on a boat to having a line in the water and reeling in a fish. You'll help them through that whole process in one night.
Yeah, by the time they leave the boat, they're going to be very comfortable in what it is that they're doing. We give full instruction. I have deckhands on the boat that are, right next to them the whole time, showing you how to bait your hook, use your equipment, talking you through if you get a fish on and you're struggling, talk you through it, where to put your hand, at what speed to reel. It's you get one-on-one support out here.
What months do you sail the Middlebank to?
We are May through early December, so we end our season with blackfish.
And tell us a little bit about the boat. How long is it?
So Middlebank 2 is a 72-foot vessel. She has men's and women's accommodations. She has a nice small galley inside with chips, candy, soda, water, enough items to get you through a trip. Plenty of space down the rail, and it's a real comfortable, clean, Coast Guard inspected, safe vessel that you'll feel very comfortable on.
How is it if it gets rough out there? I know that gives some, including me, a little bit of pause.
It does. So if you are prone to seasickness or anything like that, you definitely want to cherry pick your days. You can always, I tell people, go to Google, type in, marine forecast for Western Long Island Sound. And if you see, any kind of east wind over, 15, 20 knots sustained, maybe that's not your day. But again, you can always call me, email me, reach out to me on Facebook if you have any concerns as to what the weather is going to be for the day that you want to come out. And, we hash it out and we talk it through and see if, that's going to be the day that's going to work for you. Maybe you want to reconsider.
So for those who can, the Middle Bank, too, running a women's only charter that is on Wednesday, July 19th, sails at 5 o'clock out of Captain's Cove. Or you can reach out to Stephanie Griffith anytime here on the Middle Bank. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck with the women's cruise. Let us know how that turns out, and maybe we'll get out on one of these soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be back with more Yankee Fisherman presented by the Dock Shop right after this. School's out, the weather is hot, and the fish are biting. Whether you're heading to the beach or out on a boat, stop in at the Dock Shop before you go to fill your beach bag or tackle box with everything you'll need for fun in the sun. A new beach cover-up, some sunscreen, or just some bait, the Dock Shop has you covered from either location. 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. And yes, you heard that right. Bait is now available in Darien and Westport. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. DockShop.com.
I can't believe it.
Well, Dad, you did it. You sold 160 cars. Ready to go back upstairs now?
I think it's time. I wonder how the boys are making out in their new office. Not what I had in mind, Kyle. What, Dad?
Maybe we should retire. Right now, lease a 2017 Rogue S for only $139 a month. Isn't it time you got Millerized?
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The InSports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now at the summer clearance event. Going on now through July 31st.
I'm Tracy Masella, a licensed clinical social worker at Silver Hill Hospital in New Canaan. Join me each month as we talk with experts on the front lines of the treatment of mental health and addiction. Straight Talk with Tracy, a Silver Hill Hospital production, airs at 12 p.m. on the second Thursday of each month here on the HAN network.
Welcome back to Yankee Fisherman, presented by the Dock Shop, Thursday, July 6th. Hope you had a great Independence Day weekend. It was a lot of fun getting out there. I want to thank Doug Thurston and Joe Villano, as well as Stephanie and Tim Griffith on the Middle Bank for spending some time with me. Those are big events coming up. Plan to be at Big Doug's, hopefully fishing it, weekend of the 15th and 16th. Just seeing all those fish breaking water and not having my gear with me kind of make me want to fish a little bit. Interesting story on Fox 61 about the invasive rock snot. And Matt Scott did the story, talked to Mike Bouchine up at the DEEP. And they're talking about it expanding. So very important to remember to clean your line, your waders, particularly the soles of your boots or waders, and try to keep this to a minimum. We don't want to see it get out of hand as it has other places. Stay tuned at 2 o'clock. We'll be back with Nutmeg Sports, and I will be joining Frank Granito and Kevin Coleman. We are going to preview Grip It and Rip It, the 7-on-7 Passing League tournament that is coming up at New Canaan High School this weekend. We will be on the air with that. We'll have Coffee Break live at 11 on Friday, and then we'll cover the passing tournament, 7-on-7, Grip It and Rip It, from 2 to 3 on Friday, and then from noon until a champion is crowned on Saturday. So that is going to be an opportunity to see some FCAC players get their timing down before the season starts. I'm quite excited about that. So that's going to be Friday and Saturday, starting with Coffee Break tomorrow morning. Next week, you're going to want to tune in. It's a special episode. It's a special story. John Aldrich and Anthony Sosinski, and their story is told in A Speck in the Sea, which just was released. They're lobstermen out of Montauk, and John Aldrich fell off of the boat and was adrift alone in the waters with, for hours, no one knowing that he was alone adrift in the North Atlantic. And Anthony discovered he was missing, contacted the Coast Guard, and the book is a tale of rescue and survival, as it says on the jacket. But they also deliver a tale of hope and how to hang on to it, because I can't imagine a more hopeless situation than what they faced. And what they did was opted to stay positive and cling to hope. And John obviously was rescued alive. Made big news at the time. Now it's out as a book. They've done a couple of events to promote it. Expected to be a movie soon. So next week's show will be an interview with them about A Speck in the Sea and the story that is told in those pages. The next week, we'll have Big Doug's. I'm going to get out fishing a little bit, and hopefully you do as well. Till then, tight lines.